reading aloud to you a story from the Disney Pixar Storybook collection. Disney Pixar Inside Out. When baby Riley opened her eyes for the first time, joy was there. Joy was an emotion who lived inside Riley's mind. It was her job to help Riley feel happy. Joy loved her job and Riley. A few seconds later, another emotion showed up. Her name was Sadness. She was very different from Joy. Soon more emotions arrived at headquarters. Each one had a different job. Fear was in charge of safety. Discuss good taste kept Riley from being poisoned. And anger stepped in whenever things were unfair. Riley's memories were saved in colored spheres, each matching an emotion. All of Riley's memories were important, but some were extra special. These were called core memories. Riley's core memories were what made her who she was. They powered her islands of personality, like Family Island and Goofball Island, which were devoted to her favorite things. Joy was proud that Riley's core memories were all joyful yellow. But when Riley's family moved from Minnesota to San Francisco, everything changed. On her first day at her new school, Riley introduced herself. She was telling everyone about her old home when she started to cry. For the first time ever, a blue core memory formed. Joy tried to send the blue core memory away, but Sadness protected it. As the two struggled, they knocked over Riley's other core memories. The islands of personality went dark. Then the memory flush tube sucked up joy, sadness, and the core memories. As they soared toward the memory dump, the tube cracked open. Joy and sadness fell to the ground. Joy knew she had to return the core memories to headquarters. But when she tried to walk back, Goofball Island began to fall apart. Joy and sadness needed to find another way back. The two walked toward long-term memory, where they met someone who they hadn't seen in years. It was Bing Bong, Riley's imaginary friend. Bing Bong suggested that the emotions take the train of thought to get back home. But when the trio got to the train station, the train had stopped for the night. Riley had fallen asleep. Hoping to wake Riley up, the trio headed to Dream Productions, where Riley's dreams were made. Watching Riley's dream, Joy had an idea. She released Jangles the clown to frighten Riley awake. The scary dream woke Riley, and the train started moving. But Joy, Sadness, and Bing Bong had another problem. Dream Productions' security team was after them. The three raced away and hopped onto the train seconds before it pulled away. Back at headquarters, Anger had an idea. All of Riley's good memories had been made when she lived in Minnesota. He thought she should go back there to make more good memories. That meant making her run away. Fear and disgust agreed with Anger's plan. They made Riley steal her mom's credit card and pack a bag for Minnesota. Soon Riley was on her way to the bus station. Meanwhile, on the train, Sadness and Joy realized that they shared the same favorite memory. They both loved the day of the big playoff game. Joy liked when Riley's hockey team and parents had shown up to cheer her after the hard loss. But Sadness liked the sad part, when Riley had missed the winning shot and wanted to quit the team. Joy didn't understand what was so great about sad moments. Suddenly, Honesty Island started to crumble. Riley had broken it by stealing her mom's credit card. The train of thought skidded off the tracks and plunged into the memory dump. Joy, Sadness, and Bing Bong jumped off just in time. The trio ran toward the bridge, to the last standing island, Family Island. But as Riley left her house for the bus to Minnesota, Family Island began to fall apart too. Sadness watched helplessly as Joy and Bing Bong fell into the memory dump. If they couldn't escape the dump, Joy and Bing Bong would fade away and be forgotten. For the first time, Joy felt like giving up. She looked at Riley's memories, remembering the good times. As she watched the one that she and Sadness both liked, Joy finally understood how important Sadness was. Riley's friends and family had shown up because Riley was sad. By not letting Riley feel sad, Joy was keeping her from her feeling happy too. "We have to get back there," Joy said. Bing Bong had an idea. He had found his old rocket in the dump. They could use it to fly themselves out. Joy and Bing Bong tried again and again to get out of the memory dump, but they were too heavy. Bing Bong knew what he had to do. Without Joy noticing, he hopped out of the rocket. It worked. Joy and the rocket landed safely on top of the cliff. Bing Bong laughed and danced as he looked up at Joy. "You made it! Ha ha! Go, go, save Riley!" he called as he slowly disappeared. Joy raced off to find Sadness, but Sadness hopped onto a cloud and flew away. Sadness thought Riley would be better off without her. Using the imaginary boyfriend generator that had popped up in Riley's mind, Joy created a tower of boyfriends and stood on top. The boyfriends launched her onto a trampoline as she bounced up, catching Sadness in the air. Joy and Sadness kept flying towards headquarters. The two landed against the window. The other emotions tried to let them in, but the window wouldn't open. Disgust had an idea. She made fun of Anger until he got so mad his head lit on fire. Then she grabbed Anger and used the heat to cut a hole in the glass. Joy and Sadness climbed through. "Sadness, it's up to you," Joy said, pushing Sadness towards the headquarters console. "Me? I can't, Joy," Sadness said. "Yes, you can. Riley needs you," Joy replied. On board the bus to Minnesota, Riley began to think about her family. With Sadness in control, Riley stood up. "Wait, stop," she yelled. "I want to get off." At home, Sadness helped Riley talk to her parents. "I know you don't want me to, but I miss home. I miss Minnesota." Joy watched as Riley hugged her parents. She finally understood that letting Riley express her sorrow was the only way she would feel better again. In the following months, there was a lot of good changes both in Riley's world and in her mind world. Joy and sadness stood side by side at the console. They knew that working together as a team was the best way to help Riley lead a happy life in San Francisco. And at the moment, things were great for Riley. She had fantastic new friends, a new hockey team, and a new house, and she had turned 12 years old. What could possibly go wrong? The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. For more Disney books read aloud, please check out my playlist in the description below. And for more stories, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and have a lovely day.